Hi guys, I wanted to answer a few questions that are part of like the work related questions that I didn't answer in last week's Q&A, and I'm going to answer them throughout this video. But the questions were really great. Thank you for sending them over. One question was, how does it feel to be a digital creator, and do you ever experience workaholism or burnout? How I feel about it has changed and evolved over the years, definitely. I love being a digital creator just because, in it there's a creator, so I find a lot of joy, and for me, creativity is such an important part of my life, and being able to have that in my work is a gift, so it feels really awesome. That being said, your art or creation being the way you sustain yourself can definitely put a pressure on the part of creation itself. But I would say if I've ever experienced like burnout, I've definitely experienced some like more intense, stressful times in my career. But I feel that I have enough awareness of myself, observation of how I'm feeling to pay attention to the early signs of what a burnout could be. And I usually like slow it down or will take time off before it's too late. I think like that's the beautiful thing about being a digital creator, or at least in my personal experience, is that I've got a lot of freedom of time and can organize my holidays and my days quite a lot according to my needs. I'm not constantly adapting to someone else's, agenda. That makes it a lot easier for me to listen to myself in my work environment. And what's also one thing that's really helped me with that in the last year and a half, I would say, was joining like an online community of other entrepreneurs and change makers, or anyone that has this like thirst and desire to create or already has created a creative life for themselves. And that community that I joined is called the Simplified Model. And it's just a beautiful environment for me to like exchange with other people with a similar approach to like work and life, with like sustainability and wellness at the core of it. And I joined like their masterclass and then also their 6 spaces of growth. And I found that having a group and community and accountability really reminded me of like being present. How can I be creative? How can I give back in my work? I come from a family where my dad has experienced multiple burnouts throughout his career, and I knew that in terms of our character traits, we're very similar, and like being able to observe and see that in him has made me like scared of it being a reality for me, but also that fear has also been a drive for me to seek spaces and environments and tools on how I can take care of myself and not have my work absolutely consume me, and have a work that actually gives back to me as well and to other people. I will link it down below because I know some of you are into this kind of work. And even if you have a 9-to-5, like there are many people in the community that also have like a 9-to-5 job or are students. So it's not like specifically for freelancers or content creators at all. It's really for anyone who seeks to find like harmony and balance and really bridge like private and professional life. I have a call in like 45 minutes with a coach, and I've been doing coaching for the last almost year. I actually signed a like 1-year contract, and it's helped me so much. I coach with 2 people, and yeah, it's just been like amazing support, and I love how practical their support is and their approach is. And it's like they always find the way to like ask me the right questions, and whenever I've got something that's like not fully clear, or I don't feel like it's clear when it actually already is, they help bring that clarity up to the surface. And yeah, like then what needs to be done like becomes really clear as well. Like, where do I need to act? And what I like to do, what I've been liking to do like recently, and what I think it's great to do that, whether you do like therapy or coaching or any like sort of like, you know, work where you're like going inwards and being vulnerable, is to take time for yourself to just like sit down, meditate, or journal and be with yourself for a little bit before the sessions, so that it becomes really clear like what you want to bring to the sessions. And that's been like really nice with the coaching, and so every time I sometimes come up with different things, and sometimes I come up with the same thing, and we do it over a few sessions. But just like really feeling into what's present for me right now, and like how I want to approach it, and what are the things that I want to ask, what are the areas where I'm needing support and clarity, and like being really specific so that they can best support me. Another question that I received from you guys is about what are my different sources of income. So my income streams right now, and over the years of being on YouTube and being a digital creator, have been obviously like YouTube AdSense, which is a very small part of my income, but I will mention it. So those are like the ads that you see at the beginning or at the end of the video, or sometimes also throughout them, bring a little bit of money like per views. So it's quite, like, I don't want to say insignificant, but in the grand scheme of my income stream, it is definitely like a small portion. Then the second one is commission on affiliate sales. Below my videos, and also sometimes on Instagram, if I share certain links to certain products or services, sometimes there is like a discount code. On some of them, not all of them, but on some of them, we'll get a small commission on whatever sales are generated through my platforms. So those are like 2 that vary a lot from month to month. And then the third one is collaborations, partnerships, and sponsorships, which is all basically the same thing. This is when I work with clients, brands, and companies will hire me to promote their services or products onto my YouTube channel or Instagram account to, you know, help them get visibility. That is the main source of my income. So I would say those are like the 3 sources of income I have. Yeah, it does vary from month to month, from year to year, depending on how many projects I take on, but also, yeah, what offers I get, what I negotiate. And so I need to send out invoices and wait for people to pay me and check that I get paid on time. So I've got someone helping me out with that now, but yeah, that is definitely something to consider. But one thing that I want to say is that now it's a lot more stable, because I've been working with Squarespace for about 2 years now, and not only am I sharing a service or product that I genuinely think that and believe that a lot of you would potentially have interested in, maybe not right now, maybe in like 2 months, maybe in a year, or maybe right now, but it's also like something that I personally use and, you know, believe in and think it's great and is aligned with like my values and lifestyle. That has been really beautiful as the years have grown, that like now because there's this stability and I work with Squarespace on a yearly basis, so I know I'm making like a fixed amount of money per year through that collaboration, that anything else that I take on is like genuinely things that I'm so excited to work with. And Squarespace also happens to be like a brand and company that I'm so happy and excited every month to collab with, because it's first an amazing platform to help you create your own website or online store. I've been using it for multiple years, so I've got a few years of experience as a consumer myself of this platform, because I used it to create my own website. I was also able to try and experiment with so many of the tools that Squarespace offers, such as adding any social media platforms to your website. You can create an online store, have a member area. There are so many tools that I haven't tried yet, and I'm really excited to try and experiment with in the next year. Also, just like creatively, it does offer a professional foundation to your website, but then you can really create anything you want out of it and add. You don't need to learn how to code. And also anything that you want to change, you can change yourself, and you don't need to hire someone who's, going to be like a professional web designer, which is a lot more expensive than what Squarespace costs every month or every year. So if any of you guys want to create a website this year, definitely check out Squarespace. The link squarespace.com/ChloeKien offers you to have a free trial on Squarespace, and then also a 10% off of your order and domain. And with Squarespace, for example, I only paid on, promoting it to you guys and sharing it with you and sharing my experience like I just did now, but I'm not paid on like the commission. If you guys click it and support it, like it supports my channel, and it also makes Squarespace want to keep working with me in the future. And so therefore, supports my work and the stability in my work and the freedom I have to create. I don't directly make any money from any of you using this 10%. These are just 10% for you guys. This is like genuinely just a gift from Squarespace to you and to this community. So I hope this makes some sense. Squarespace links are down below. If you're interested, you can have a look at my website as well to see what it looks like and what's one example of what you can create. But if you go already on Squarespace and look at like the different templates, you can have so many ideas of, what's possible with it. So I would say like that's a really great place to start. I hope this answers the question about income streams as a digital creator. Gonna get back into some work now. Okay, so today is like the editing day of my week for my podcast, and it's like not just editing, because I'm actually not the person editing the podcast. One of my coworker, Daphne, helps me with specifically editing the podcast and writing down a few notes. I take care of the recording part, obviously, and then I also so far have been doing like the scheduling and the upload for the podcast. The new season has just started to go online, and I've relaunched the podcast brand new, and it's called The Chaos Cocoon. I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy with it, and I hope you guys will enjoy or have been enjoying it already. If you've listened to any of the episodes yet, let me know what you think down below, and if there are any topics you'd like me to chat about on the podcast specifically, because I do like to speak a little bit more in depth about things that I won't necessarily talk about on here. I'm having a call with June, another person on my team. She is the one that helps me with everything like graphic design, and she's helping me with the Chaos Cocoon as well, but more on like a social media design part. And more about this will come soon, so this is more so still in the making, and I need to have a call with her today to really like catch up on like where we're at and where we're going and what still needs to be done and what's our focus right now. But yeah, that's been really, really exciting to work together as well. Yeah, there was a few questions that I want to answer right now. One question was, what role does your coworker play in your work life? So yeah, as I said, there's Daphne. She does the editing for the podcast. There's June. She does social media things related to the Chaos Cocoon and also helps me with my website and graphic design in general. And then also a very important team member that I've got on is Maria. Maria helps me with everything that is communication, organizing the collaborations, replying to emails, like more of the behind the scenes of the work. Yeah, everything like management, let's say. And that's been extremely helpful for me to have someone like on a regular basis supporting me with emails. It was taking over the creative work that I do, and yeah, I want the creative work that I do to be like still my priority, and I still do take care of admin things and do emails as well, but on a lower scale. How do you structure your finances? Would you tell us a little bit more about money management and being a business owner? It is definitely something to get used to, but for me it's like that's something I did straight away pretty much. So ask for help if you're new to this. Like, I'm receiving a lot of help about that. I have an a few accountants that help me with like everything taxes and everything like very admin-y, very accounting, all the accounting part. And the way I organize my finances as a business owner is that I've got one or two bank accounts for my company, and then I've got one bank account that's fully just for private use. And the way I make it work is that I'm every month or every year, depending on, like, that's really up to you how often you choose to pay yourself, but I do like I have like a monthly salary that I established, and then from my company that salary will be paid to my private account, and then I use that money for like private spendings, and then everything that's business related becomes a business expense, and that allows me to deduct all of those expenses from the annual revenue or profit of the company from taxes. Yeah, that was very quick for me, that like I went from being a freelancer to owning a company. It does require like an initial pretty big investment here in Switzerland because you have to go through a lawyer and it's quite of a process. But in terms of taxes that I pay every year, it's significantly reduced the amount of taxes that I have to pay yearly, and so it kind of pays off that initial fee that I had to pay. The last question was, will you start uploading to your French channel again? And right now, to be honest, I don't want to say yes or no because I don't know. I haven't taken time and space to, lean over that decision and that idea, and so I really want to take time to think about it. I'm feeling, yes, there are very high chances that I will be making videos in French again, but I don't know when, and I don't know what kind of videos. And the reason why I'm in this like blurry stage right now regarding my French channel is not at all because I don't enjoy creating content for it. Actually, I do enjoy that a lot, and it's kind of like a fun channel for me to share different things and have it really laid back. So I might very well like pick it up. That's kind of like where I'm at with it, but I haven't made a conscious choice and decision to put effort towards it because I've been really busy with the Chaos Cocoon recently, and that's been like my priority. And once things are a little bit more flowy and things are just rolling with it, then I might pick it up. I don't want to say yes because I don't know when, but I also don't want to say no because I've been feeling drawn to producing content in French again as well. I have a call in 3 minutes, so I'm gonna get ready for that call. Hello, today's Friday. I'm gonna be shooting things today. I don't do that every Friday, but yeah, like now I've kind of like been gathering a lot of campaigns and also just like photography that I wanted to experiment with to today. So I made like a little bit of an overview and a plan of like what I want to shoot, and I have some like ideas in mind, but sometimes I'll like look online for like a mood board. Yeah, so I have already like kind of a vision of what I want before I go and shoot, and I plan out like outfits if it's like fashion photos, or last week I shot like things for the apartment, so I like really cleaned up the whole apartment and like styled the apartment. Also, it's the first time I'm having coffee in the new year, but also I think since I came back from South Africa, and even in South Africa, I don't know if I had a lot of coffee in the last few months that I was there. So it's been a few months, I think, that I've had a coffee. I had like maybe once at like Christmas or something. So I'm curious to see like how my body reacts, because I've kind of like not been drinking coffee and I'm quite sensitive to it. I've been just drinking tea and matcha, and I've been making like red cappuccinos, which is rooibos with milk, like foam milk. Okay, so I rarely do this, but I'm doing this today because it's so cold. I am gonna do some work from the bath. I was feeling so cold today after we went outside to shoot some photos. It's been like minus temperatures, very sunny, but like really, really cold. So I'm taking a afternoon bath, and I'm gonna be I took some time after the shoot to like sort out the photos that I wanted to use, and now I'm just gonna like select the few that I want to post and edit those.
Fais mal aux coquilles.